Hi there.
Hi!
Welcome to another Wheelingit campground overview. We're at Frisco Campground on the Hatteras National Seashore. Again, here we are. And it's on Hatteras Island. It's in about the lower half of the sort of chain of
Long chain.
barrier islands. Attractions here are the lighthouse, Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. She's a beauty. It's smaller, a little bit more quaint than the northern part, sort of near
Less developed.
Yeah, Kitty Hawk and Nag's Head, which is a lot more developed. Here you get smaller towns. Buxton and Frisco and Hatteras are cute little towns, so that's nice. And the campground?
Yeah, so kind of the more laid-back feel, you get that reflected at the campground. And it ended up, interestingly enough, being a little bit of a mixed bag for us.
Yeah.
We really loved how quiet and relaxed the campground is, and when we get in to see the sights, you'll see that there's a lot of vegetation. It's not like the other campground where we stayed where it was wide open. Here there's kind of a lot of privacy, there's good separation, and we probably would have loved it except for one really big thing, and that's because we have paws, and that is the stickies burrs.
Yeah, the grass stickers, those things.
The grass stickers, there are more than we have ever seen at any campground. We literally had to go into 3 separate sites before we found one where we could step out of the RV without having them all over our shoes and pants. And that made it tough with the paws. So that was kind of the one thing that was a negative for us, but otherwise everything else about the campground is really nice.
As you'll see, let's go check it out.
So we'll go check it out. We're standing at the right past the check-in of the campground, and the way it works here is very much the way it works at all the other National Seashore campgrounds, which is you don't actually reserve a site. What you do is you reserve a space if you're booking, and then when you come, you find your site, and then you come back and let them know which site you want to be in. Let's have a look at the campground map. This is the way it looks here. There are 127 total sites. They are dry camping only, and they cost $28 a night, or if you have a senior pass, they'll be half price for you. Now there is a little bit of difference. The whole campground is built on a hill, and these outer sites here, the P sites, are the flattest and longest. So for bigger rigs, that's what I'd recommend. And particularly down here in the bottom, these sites are perhaps a little more protected from the wind.
And nearer to the beach.
And nearer to the beach. This is the beach down this way. And that's where we ended up. And then the sites up on the hill here, there are a few of them that are relatively flat, and some of them have nice views as well of the ocean and the dunes, so that's kind of nice if you can get one of these sites. The in-between connector sites, I would say they're kind of steep roads, and a lot of the sites are really small, really uneven. They are not for big rigs. If you're
Definitely
a smaller rig, it can work out for you. We tried 2 sites here, it did not work out for us at all. And there are showers at various points.
And potable water, but no dump station.
No dump station. So let's go have a look at the sites.
Okay, we're standing on the perimeter loop of the campground. We're at the sort of the end of the one-way perimeter road at the southwest of the campground, or at the very end of the loop. And I'm standing in site P68. Now this is one of the flatter sites on this upper part of the perimeter loop. As you can see, it's about a 40-foot asphalt site, picnic table and fire pit.
Grill, yeah, I guess you'd call it a grill.
Grill, yeah, sorry, grill. Relatively flat. Now, one nice thing about this site is on one side, there's those grass stickers, so it's been kind of walked over, so that's not too bad. On this side, all is full of grass stickers, very bad for your feet. And some of the sites, a lot of the sites actually have it on both sides. So if you have pets, or even for humans, you like flip-flops, you're gonna get stickies.
And I'll just do a quick pano here. This upper site, this is one of the sites that does have a fabulous view. It's kind of hard to see because the sun's against us, but those are the dunes, and right behind it is the water, and you can actually see it from here. And I will pan around so you can see how nice and private it is up here. You can't even see the site behind us. It's kind of way over that way. So this upper section really has a lot of nice vegetation and privacy.
All right, this is our site, P22, and we're in the lower section of the perimeter road. And we liked it here. It was a little more protected from the wind. Nice big flat site, a little narrow, as I said, with the other sites. And we're getting on the back, and yeah, lovely site.
Yeah,
except for the stickies.
Yeah, except for the stickies. I'll just pan around here. It's pretty empty. Nobody else is around here right now. We do not have a view down here in the lower section. The light pole said the sites tend to be kind of flatter here and a little more protected from the wind. But you can just kind of see the layout. A little less privacy down here too. But we did like the extra protection.
All right, this is probably the nicest site in the campground, we think, P57, here in the upper part of the perimeter loop. Nice and flat, grass has been sort of trodden down, no stickies. Beautiful view of the dunes and the ocean back there, and relatively big.
Quick shot of the facilities, nothing too exciting here. These are the flush toilets. They're pretty decent, basic, and the showers are right over this way.
Yeah, and one more thing, that's the potable water.
Yeah, good point.
Spigot, so you can pull up right here and get some water. Showers are a separate building, and they're open air, cold. These are cold. And a little different than Oregon Inlet. These aren't the handle base. They actually have a little nozzle that you open it up, but they are a lot colder for some reason than Oregon Inlet Campground. And here's the road, and this is actually Loop C. Here's a little clip of the perimeter road. This is maybe the narrowest section. The trees are pretty soft, so when we drove through here, did some of these branches scrape the side of the rig or brushed on the side of the rig, but it was no problem. And this is about the tightest section, so not a problem.
So that wraps up our review of Frisco Campground. You can see we're on the main beach here by the campground. It does allow cars, so there are some fishermen way behind us. But it's early in the morning, it's about 8 a.m. so there's actually not that many out here. This time of day it's really nice. What did you think?
It was great. It was a great spot to see the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse from.
Love the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse.
Tallest lighthouse in the U.S., largest brick lighthouse in the world, I think. So it was fantastic. It's only 8 miles up the road. We enjoyed the local town, nice campground.
It was quiet. Yeah. It was, you know, relaxed and quiet, so that's the main thing. Apart from those stickies, it was actually a nice campground. So,
okay, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.
Down the road.
Bye.